the gift in the small town of Pine Ridge. Friendship Day had always been a cherished tradition. For 37 years, Eleanor had celebrated it with Diane, her childhood friend. Pies this year would be no different, despite everything that had happened. On their 12th birthday, cutting their palms with a silver letter opener, they had sworn to always celebrate Friendship Day together, no matter what. Until the very end, they had whispered, watching their blood mingle on the wooden floor of Diane's treehouse. Eleanor stood before her bathroom mirror, carefully applying foundation to cover the dark circles under her eyes. She had exactly 45 minutes to reach the old oak tree at the edge of Willow Lake, their traditional meeting spot. In her hand, she clutched a small, carefully wrapped package this year's friendship gift. The old oak tree stood silhouetted against the night sky, its branches reaching out like gnarled fingers. Eleanor checked her watch, 8 p.m. exactly. She was right on time. Eleanor had always avoided this route, but tonight something pulled her toward it. From her bag, she produced 2 plastic cups and a bottle of the sweet raspberry wine they had first tasted together at 16. With trembling hands, she poured 2 equal measures. Placing one cup on the opposite side of the blanket, the iron gates creaked as she pushed them open, the sound piercing the unnatural stillness. Eleanor sat back, waiting, the silence broken only by the gentle lapping of lake water against the shore. "I brought you something," she whispered to the empty space. "I think you'll like it." Minutes stretched into an hour, yet she remained motionless, her eyes fixed on the empty space across from her. The lid lifted slowly, as if opened by invisible hands. Some bonds transcended the grave. As the letter opener pressed against her palm, drawing a thin line of crimson, Eleanor smiled. After all, what was friendship without sacrifice? Inside lay a silver letter opener, the same one they had used all those years ago, now cleaned and polished to a mirror shine. Moonlight cast long shadows across the gravestones, transforming them into silent sentinels watching her passage. For a moment, Eleanor thought she saw the outline of a figure sitting opposite her. The untouched wine in Diane's cup rippled, though there was no wind to disturb it. The letter opener rose from the box, hovering momentarily before dropping into her open palm. Her hand closed around it. Automatically, the metal ice scalded against her skin. The air around the empty cup seemed to shimmer, and the faintest scent of vanilla and Diane's signature perfume wafted past. Sleep had become a luxury since Diane's accident 3 months ago. The memory of that night still haunted her, the screeching tires, the shattering glass, the silence that followed. The doctors had been clear. Diane would never wake up again. Fresh flowers adorned a new headstone, the marble still gleaming. Fille averted her eyes, refusing to read the name engraved there. She already knew what it said. Brew. The streets of Pine Ridge were oddly deserted, as if the town itself was holding its breath. Eleanor's footsteps echoed on the pavement, each one seeming to whisper accusations. The weight of the package in her hands grew heavier with every step. Yet Eleanor had made a promise years ago. B. Clock on Eleanor's nightstand read 7:15 p.m. Outside, the July evening carried an unusual chill. The path to Willow Lake wound through Pine Ridge Cemetery. Eleanor's heart quickened as she approached the eastern corner of the cemetery. The lake came into view. It surfaced a perfect mirror, reflecting the full moon. Psh! At the base of the tree, Eleanor carefully spread out a checkered blanket, just as they had done every year. The gift came next, positioned beside the untouched wire. A breeze stirred the leaves overhead, sending shadows dancing across the blanket. Eleanor's skin prickled. The temperature around her plummeted, her breath forming small clouds in the suddenly frigid air. With shaking fingers, Eleanor reached for the wrapped package. As she spoke, the wrapping paper on the gift began to tear itself, strip by strip, revealing a small wooden box. Eleanor felt a cold pressure on her hand, like fingers intertwining with hers. A whisper seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere, until the very end. Eleanor understood then. Some promises were never meant to be broken, even by death. Behind her, at the edge of the cemetery, a fresh grave awaited. The earth beside it, already disturbed, ready to welcome another. This year's Friendship Day would be special indeed. They would be together again, just as they had promised, until the very end.